Today marks 1 year since the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore, where 6 people died and 2 others were injured. As the families of the victims continue to grieve, they are hoping the owners of the container ship that crashed will be held accountable. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
We remember the cold morning in March that changed our state forever.
An emotional memorial today for the victims of the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, who died exactly 1 year ago when the Dali cargo ship slammed into the bridge, sending it crashing down in the overnight hours.
We remember the heartbreak that we felt to learn that 6 remarkable Marylanders, that they were now unaccounted for.
On Tuesday, families of the victims visiting the site, throwing wreaths into the water, praying and holding a moment of silence for the 6 men who were killed while working on the bridge.
But the 6 victims of the Key Bridge collapse, they should be here right now.
Attorneys for the families releasing a statement saying while nothing can bring the men who died that night back to their families, we will do everything in our power to hold the Dali's owners and operators accountable for their role in this disaster.
The reason I can no longer see the Key Bridge when I look up over that skyline of Baltimore is because of reckless operators in the Dali.
The owners of the Dali saying at this time it remains inappropriate for us to comment because the matter is still under investigation. The crash affected the port of Baltimore for weeks, with debris blocking entry for other ships. The operators of the Dali agreeing to pay nearly $102 million to cover the costs of the federal response. And now, in a report released last week, the National Transportation Safety Board recommending the owners of nearly 70 bridges across the U.S. conduct vulnerability assessments of the risk of collapse from a vessel collision. The NTSB says that kind of assessment could have prevented this deadly accident. Their final report will be released in the fall. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.